Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my review on the Strider 3/4 AR or .75 AR. This is made by Medford Knife and Tool, which recently I've spoken about the fact that I want to get a Medford. You'll see there, this is an S90V steel, and it is a Strider. There's your logo or your maker's mark, but it is produced by Medford Knife and Tool. I believe they're in Texas, but I'm not sure on that. I have some iced tea here. I'm on a grocery run. I just want to knock out some videos real quick. And I figured, why not do it from the truck, baby? If anybody's looking for a truck, the Ford F-150, guys, is just a fantastic option. I had always wanted a truck. Never really had an excuse or never felt like spending the money, and I always had like a Subaru all-wheel drive. Like I had a Crosstrek before this. I had a Nissan all-wheel drive Rogue. I think I even had, I had a Juke. The thing was terrible. But my lease ran up on the Crosstrek, and I just really wanted a truck, guys. I've always wanted one. I went out and I looked and I did research, and I got this used 2016 F-150 XLT with the full, I think, Super Crew or something. It has like a freaking apartment in the back. It's awesome. And now that I have a kid, it's like there's so much room in here. I love having the bed. So I have a full interior, you know, with back seats and everything, and then the bed, 5.5 feet. It's been the greatest car purchase I've ever made. So if you're thinking about it, it's awesome, guys. Totally worth it. Anyway, this knife here, much like the F-150, is overbuilt and sturdy as hell and could take a daily beating. It has 4-wheel drive. Gotcha. Just kidding. Anyway, it's just a really, really cool knife. Let's start aesthetically, right? Just look at this. I mean, it's obviously a Strider because it has this stupid-ass thing back here, which I think is meant for reverse grip to kill people with because it's comfortable here. So you can easily kill somebody with this knife and not have a problem. So that's what that's for. Not that I condone that in any way. I'm not a lawyer or anybody you should listen to, but that's clearly what he intended when he made this, right? Come on. And who holds their fucking knife? Whatever. Anyway, cool drop point blade here on this S90V with a hollow grind that, oh my God, guys, you would not expect it because it's this beefy stock and everything. This thing is a dream of a cutter. I had a bunch of freaking cardboard boxes that have been piling up in my kitchen for the last week. I've gotten all types of packages. I got like a printer. We got this Etsy dog bowl thing with our dog's name on it. It's all bougie, and just had a lot of shit come in. We have all these boxes in the kitchen. I was always like, all right, I'll take them out this weekend. And we had snowstorms 2 days this week. So today I finally got to it. And obviously I had to cut down the cardboard because normally I just take boxes and throw them in the recycle. We have a huge like 30 gallon or 300, I don't know. The huge, like, you know, what I remember as a kid is the BFI trash can, you know? So normally I just throw shit in there. Like, I'm not wasting my time cutting up boxes or wasting my knives because then I got to sharpen them. Like, who the hell wants to do that? But I figured I should do it. And this was in my pocket. And I'm hoping, first off, I got this knife from my good buddy Doug, Sharp_marbles on Instagram. Sharp_marbles on Instagram. Really, really cool dude. Has an epic collection. Always getting more cool knives. His tastes are growing. And he's on the hunt for an Evo, guys, or an Evo 2.0. So if anybody has one and wants to sell or trade at a reasonable price, please hit up my buddy Doug or hit me up. I'd love to be able to help him get one. for all the loaners he sent me. And I did buy his 5th 23, so I can't wait for that to come. Jake Bearded Gear has that right now if you want to check it out. But back to this. I used it to cut up those boxes, and oh my god, it just like whoosh, it just sliced through the cardboard like butter. I was wearing my winter like leather gloves, so they're not like huge, but they're gloves, and this thing fit like a dream into my hand. It cut magnificently. I was very impressed, guys. And this is brand new. I think he maybe carried it once or twice before he sent it to me. So I think a normal thing with Medfords is they have a little bit of lock stick at first, because I don't believe there's no steel insert in there. Well, you can see that, but so there's a little bit of lock stick at first, and it was hard kind of to push the lock bar over at first. But now it's really loosened up just in the last day or so of me playing and carrying it. And it's gotten much smoother in the action. Like before, I had to really shake it to get it closed. So break the detent here. And I can get it down with a single good shake. It's not a drop shutter or anything, but it's really smooth. I definitely see the appeal to Medford knives, and I want one now for a couple reasons. One, I'm really starting to appreciate the feel of a Medford, and I want a slim midi Marauder, I think, in a Tanto, preferably with like a blue anno handle and a tumbled finish. That's my ideal knife right there. I think they're like $580, so trying to sell some stuff and maybe snag one or get one on the secondary. But the other reason is I like Greg Medford, guys. I've always heard he's such a shit and like he's this goon and whatever. But recently I've been checking out his YouTube channel, and we just kind of see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. Not everything, and I get that some people don't agree with that, and we all have our own viewpoints, but I really kind of agree with a lot he says, and it makes me want one of his knives. And that's kind of how I am. Like if I like a maker like Voxnez, I try to get their knives, and I have I've had a lot of Voxnez knives. The Giant Mouse ones never seem to work out for me, and I end up selling them all. But the F5.5 is, whew, it's my favorite knife, guys. But anyway, that's just how I work, you know. I like to know the maker and get a feel for them, and if I like them, I'll buy their knives, even if they're not the perfect knife. But usually it tends to be a good knife. I don't know if that's a mental thing. Like, I like this guy, so now I like his knife, and I'll overlook things. I don't know. It's interesting. Like Chavez, I really like his knives, and they're terrible for me. As a lefty, even as a righty, those knives they're pretty bad, guys, if we're being honest. But we overlook it because it's so badass, and we love Chavez. It's just interesting. Anyway, sorry. Drop point blade, titanium handles, S90V. You have this two-tone on the blade, so you have like a stonewash up top. I think it's the tumbled finish maybe, and then you have these epic grind lines. I mean, look at these grind lines, guys. Just epic. It looks so fantastic in person. And then you have this titanium frame lock here. I love this little pop of blue on the back there. I think that's an over travel stop. Yeah, I love that little pop of blue on there. I hate the proprietary pivot shit. This is a knife that's meant to be used and worked hard, and you should be able to take that apart, right? Unless I'm missing something, I guess you could maybe use like a big ass Phillips and get it off. I don't know. And then it looks like you have some big torques for the rest of it, which is fine. But yeah, how are you supposed to get it apart if you don't have the tool here? I don't know enough about Strider to make that. Well, it looks like there's some tooling here on the backside on the pivot, so maybe you could get in there with a Torx. I don't know. Interesting. Just everything on this knife is overbuilt, guys, except for the clip. The clip is just this simple piece of titanium. I think it's titanium. I don't have a magnet, do I? I don't think I do. But it works very well, even though it looks terrible. I mean, this is a terrible clip, guys. Come on. It sticks up this far out of your pocket, which isn't too bad, but it's just a bent sheet of something. But it goes in and out of pocket very well, so I got to give it to him there. And it does, like, hook into the back spacer here. And it's really weird how the clip kind of hooks into it. Really cool, though. When this knife is closed, I really like the look of it closed as well. And it has this little notch up here, like little antenna ears or something. Just a different knife, but it's cool. I hate this thing. I've mentioned this already. You have jimping back here that'll destroy your hand. And once again, you know, this thing is made to beat people to death with or cut them. I mean, I think that's what Strider's going with his knives. So I don't think I'm, you know, making any accusations here. Just being honest. So ergonomically, fantastic. You have this finger choil up here, finger choil here, flat back here. Everything fits very comfortably. It's a little bit wide and thick, so depending on the size of your hand, if you have a really tiny hand, it might become uncomfortable. If you have a really big hand, I think it gets more comfortable. So my XL size hand, large XL size hand, fits very well in here. If I want to choke back, I can do this, but it sucks because of this guy. So now I have this corner in my palm because he has this weird thing. I know you guys probably love it if you love Strider, so please shower the hate in the comments. The jimping is ridiculous and over the top and unnecessary. It tears your freaking fingers up. I absolutely hate it. But with gloves, it's comfortable and it keeps the knife in your hand. So, you know, take that however you may. It has this cool jimping along the blade that kind of goes with the curve here, but it's just too much, guys. Like, I can feel my fingers falling apart just dragging over it. It has these blade stops that you can use as thumb studs. So I like to put my thumb here and then flick it out. It's a big knife, guys. It's a tight knife. And it's not the funnest to flick, to be honest. It's a detent. I mean, I guess it's not the detent. Let's see. Yeah, the detent's fine. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. But it's just the action. It's not very smooth or loose. It's just tight. It's the best way to explain it. You have to really shoot it out, which is fine because that's what this knife is meant. This is what it's for, right? I can appreciate a knife for what it's meant to be. I know I struggle with that sometimes, but in this case, I get it. So, you know, that kind of takes care of action as well. It's good. I mean, if you like Medfords, if you like Striders, this action is fantastic. If you don't, if you're a drop shutty type dude, smooth CRK action type guy, you know, those types of styles are not going to be well received here. And the lock bar can hurt to get out of the way sometimes. So that is action. Carry, as I mentioned, is good. The clip works great and everything. It sits in pocket well, but it is big and it has a lot of jimping, so it tears you up. I could see being right-handed, it would be even worse because as a lefty, it goes in like this and I reach past this stuff, right? It's not really an issue. But right-handed, you're doing this and you're going right through this freaking scissor of a jimping here. Like, it's just terrible. But if you just carry your knife in your pocket, this is fine in that one pocket. I will be honest, guys, I don't know the price of this knife, but I'm going to go ahead and guess it's like $600-700, something like that. I believe it's a DLT exclusive. So you have that. I don't know. Would I spend the money on this? No. I really like it, but I'm not spending that kind of money. Even if it was $500, it's just a little rough around the edges for all that money. And for my purposes, it doesn't make sense. And again, I hate this whole thing here. I just, you know, great. It's comfortable like this, but why don't you make it so it's comfortable like this? Like, you're sacrificing normal knife cutting grips to have this. Like, I just don't get that. But if you like have to use your knives upside down all the time, boom, knife for you guys, Strider's for you. Yeah, so in conclusion, I really like this knife. It cuts like a demon. It's very comfortable in the forward position. It's a cool ass knife. It has really interesting aesthetics. I love that pop of blue. The action is pretty good. It's probably really good for a Medford or a Strider. I did have a SMF once. I'm putting my finger on the lock bar there. I did have an SMF from Kyle, D2M Knives and Gear, in as a loaner, and I hated that knife. I hated everything about it, and the action on this is much better. So maybe that's because it's made by Medford and not Strider. I don't know. But recommendations for a lefty, it really depends, guys. If you're into this thing, yeah, I like it. I wouldn't spend that much money on it. Get it on the secondary for cheap, but I don't think you can. They hold value pretty well, I think. Right-handed, if you're into this, yes, it's really cool. I can definitely recommend it to people who like Strider and Medford. That's the best way for me to say it. But if you're getting into knives and you're not sure, if you haven't had a Strider or a Medford, I don't know. I'd probably try to get something cheaper. Try to get something on the secondary and go from there, you know. But overall, it's a really cool knife. This has been the Strider 3/4 AR and S90V. It's a loaner from my good buddy Doug, _marbles on Instagram, and I have rambled enough, guys. So I appreciate you listening to me rant and rave as usual. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.